Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments. The only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete,
We need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job, it's our promise.
Get the message of your company here. And get your message here. All while supporting local student athletes. Reach out today to get started. Shry Media. Find us at shrymedia.com.
Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
I'm a speaker,
A builder.
I coach,
Culinary arts. Auditor.
A firefighter.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official, just go for it.
Take the plunge. Open the door.
Say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at sayyestoofficiating.com.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
The great fundamental issue now before our people can be making.
There it goes out there.
Bryan He wants it all. He'll get it again. And the slam.
But an idea lives on.
See them celebrate that victory here at East End. Get the ring. Unbelievable.
Hello and welcome to the campus of Reinhardt University. It's college basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. Thank you for being with us wherever you may be. Today, the Reinhardt University Eagles are playing host to the Bryan College Lions. Tension is in the air. The players, the coaches, the fans, they know this is not an easy test for either program. The Lions, who are 4-1, have made the journey to take on the Eagles, who are 6-0. I'm Gabriel Schrei. I'll bring you all of the action between these two great programs when they tip off in just a few moments. Before they do, a quick look at our players to watch during tonight's game. Samantha Russell, the player to watch for the Lions of Bryan College. Senior forward from Tellico Plains, Tennessee. She's shooting 45% from the floor, 98 points scored already this season, having a great year, and you can see 19.6 points per game through her first few contests. The lady to watch for the Eagles, Maria Sanchez Ponce. She's had a great year as well so far. 5'10" sophomore, 15.5 points per game, 42% from the floor, looking really good, and it'll be exciting to see how she performs here tonight. Here's the Lions of Bryan College, 4-1 overall, 1-1 on the road, and we're going to take a break while they play the anthem, but a quick look at the Eagles of Reinhardt University. Don't go anywhere. College basketball in just a moment.
Found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Welcome back. That's the look at the Eagles we went to break with. One more look at the Lions. That's who we have today, and it's NCAA College Basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. A great matchup. We've met the starting lineups. We're ready to go. Thank you for being with us on SESN from Waleska, Georgia. I'm Gabriel Schrei with all the action. Just like that, we're underway. Reinhardt University working with the ball first. Down to the right side of the floor, the Eagles, a quick rope up to the arc. She drives off the glass, kept alive by Reinhardt. Close side, the floater, a big high bounce, and touches down off the edge of the iron again. A good look, just unable to drop that in. Scoreless, 30 seconds gone in Waleska between the Lions and the Eagles. Thanks for being with us on our simulcast tonight on the Southeast Sports Network. Find us on social media at SESN Sports, and this thing is everywhere. So wherever you are, be sure to subscribe. Thank you to all of our partners for carrying the broadcast. And be sure to subscribe to the Reinhardt Eagles YouTube channel at RU Eagles. Lions down into the paint, and a little bit of contact as we get the whistle. Pretty quick one, still scoreless. She'll go to the line. This is Caitlin Hennessy. Hennessy, one of the most prolific on this roster, a senior guard from Athens, Tennessee. A consistent scorer, 42% from the field. Hennessy, a staple of this program for so long. She knocks down both. 2-0. Lions get the first lead of the game. Eagles on the offensive end, working this all around. Sanchez Ponce put it away. Back to her. She takes the deep three. This skiffs off the front of the rim, and the Lions pick it up. Leading 2-0 after a pair at the line on their last trip down. Here's Hennessy, a backdoor feed, and a nice bucket down inside. Somehow able to fit that home. Katie Farrell, the sophomore forward from Smithville. 4-0 run to start the game for Bryan College. Reinhardt for the response, a mid-range J, and the whistle immediately as she rises up and fires the shot. From the baseline, Woodruff went to Preston. Preston up along the straightaway. Here's the drive now to the corner, back to Woodruff, close side. Wants to pull up, just enough room, and it's just short for the Eagles. Fighting for it, Maria Sanchez Ponce. Sophomore couldn't quite keep it on the hardwood, and so the Lions get it back and a chance to extend their 4-0 run. Bryan College coming up the floor. Being harassed on the elbow. Outside, Samantha Russell's wide open, and she can't drain it. Boarded by Woodruff. Woodruff, long feet up the floor. Reinhardt University going to work down low, and she snaps the 4-0 run. 2-point game in Waleska, Georgia. Here are the Lions. Hennessy drives. Oh, what a pass down inside. A beautiful entry pass, and she just couldn't quite get set with it right away. Reinhardt a chance to tie it up. On the offensive end of the floor, the Eagles respond. We're tied at 4. 2 minutes, 40 seconds gone in Waleska, Georgia, all tied up on SCSN. Samantha Russell, a quick pass. Now the entry pass again, and another good look to Katie Farrell. Katie very efficient this season already. That's her 36th point. And the Eagles respond on the offensive end of the floor. We're tied at 6. Reinhardt fighting for the basketball, and it's a jump ball as Moloski, the senior guard, gets her arms around it. Couple of quick changes on the floor for Reinhardt. Bryan Lyons, some fresh legs as well. You can see the head coach of Reinhardt University just on the edge of the screen there in that last shot. Tony Campbell, head coach, bench boss for the Eagles. On the other side, it's Gabe Johnson. Long pass up the floor. Woodruff, backdoor feed. This one just can't quite knock it down. A great look. She had to take that. Sophomore just off the mark. Lions want to respond. Deep three, and it's contested. This one clatters off the backside. Sanchez Ponce walks this up the floor. There's the handoff. Woodruff didn't like any space down inside. Reinhardt looking to go to the interior. Floated back across. A little bit of danger down near the baseline. The long feed. She takes it to the low post. Basketball on the floor, and this will go to the Lions. 4 minutes gone, and a little bit of change here in this first period. Thanks for being with us in Waleska. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Hope your night's going well and appreciate you tuning in for college basketball. Here come the Lions of Bryan College. Autumn Davis handed it off. Now the quick pass up all the way on the back end of the floor. Russell to the elbow. Lee the handoff. Davis outside. Near the corner. Heavily contested, and the interception by Woodruff. She's up the floor, streaking alone to the glass and gets it to go. What a bucket for the Eagles. We're going to sneak a quick look back at that play and just how that developed. This is a replay right here you're seeing. Tried to pass it across from the corner, and it was tipped by Woodruff. She took it herself, went down to the offensive end, and was able to lay that up and in off of the backboard. And she'll get the old-fashioned three to cap it off. So the Reinhardt Eagles are on a 9-2 run right now. Think about how impressive that is, dating back over the last few minutes. A little bit of trouble. Got it outside to Davis, now in the corner. Lions. Close side, it's Majors. Russell drives, the floater goes. That'll snap the run of the Eagles. They were on a 9-2 run over a 3-minute span. Driving, firing, this one's short. The response clatters all around and won't go. Still a 1-point game in Waleska. The Lions of Bryan trailing by just 1. Julia Kraft, the senior from Canton, Georgia, at Creekview High School, brought it up the floor. A couple of handoffs. Eagles run the screen, and it pays off to perfection. The true freshman from Comprehensive High School, Nia Moon. That's a great play. That's a great look. That's exactly what you want to see if you're Coach Campbell. Oh, another steal! And she can't quite pick it up as there's a battle for the ball near the center court stripe. Quick foul there. Tara Gibson, the graduate student out of Rome High School. diving for the basketball. We played 6 minutes in this first period in a 3-point game. Reinhardt started trailing 4-0 after a quick run by the Lions. A 9-2 run put them on top, and they've been in the lead by 3 points ever since over the last 2 minutes. 11-8, Eagles of Reinhardt. Ty Williams backing down the defender. Trying to pass it inside, tipped away and regathered. Kraft to the close side, wanted that one from long range and couldn't get it. Katie Farrell puts us underway. Long pass close side. The drive, a little bit of room for Caitlin Hennessy, turning around on the mid post, now to the corner. Lions 3 ball, it's off the mark. Maria Sanchez Ponce stops up near the baseline, going for the board and coming down, fighting for it. She's going to go to the line. We'll take a moment. If you weren't with us during the pregame show, you probably didn't get the chance to become associated with her, get acquainted with her. We're going to get to know her a little better. This is a look at Maria Sanchez Ponce. Great season so far, 15.5 points per game, 65% from the floor. Inbounding pass, that goes off the glass. Tara Gibson, the graduate student, great guard-forward combo from Rome, Georgia, making her presence felt early in Waleska. Moloski with a handoff to Davis. To the corner, Lions pull up, that clatters all around, rolls off the far side, and the whistle down in the low paint. 4-point game in Waleska. The Lions trail by 5 to the Eagles of Reinhardt University. This is Preston, the senior from Jonesboro. Simpson drives to the corner. Eagles back out to the straightaway. Reinhardt looking for that entry pass. Basketball is loose. Here come the Lions of Bryan College. Majors, a lot of room into the mid-block. Passed it outside. Moloski picks it up. And a little bit of trouble near the baseline. She sent it to Davis. And some contact results in the whistle from the official right in front of us here. Changes coming for the Lions of Bryan College. You can see 2 new faces onto the floor. Tori Brooks checking into the game along with Samantha Russell from Tellico Plains. Reinhardt sends on Martinez. Just over 2 minutes left to play in this first. Lions onto the floor. Oh, what a pass back to Hennessy. She comes up short but gets the board. Ball's loose, and that's going to be a jump ball. Hennessy going to inbound from under the basket. Calling out to her teammates, looking for help from Brooks. Passes it to the far side. Russell, heavily defended by Williams. Gives it off. Moloski pulls up from just in play, and the putback will go for her. Makes it a 3-point game. 13-10, Reinhardt on top. Passed outside. Preston didn't like the pressure. Simpson heavily defended by Russell, and Hennessy gets the steal. Nice takeaway. Lions could tie it with a 3. She's content to go inside herself for the layup. This one rattles all around, and bodies collide in the low post. Still sorting things out. here in Brown Athletic Center. A close one in the early stages on SCSN. More on that in just a moment. Lions, handoff to Hennessy, 90 seconds left in the first period. Pass to the close side to Milwaukee, who drains the three. Nice ball. It ties us at 13 in Waleska, Georgia. To the corner. Williams dished it off to Simpson. Couple of quick passes. Reinhardt from the elbow. She knocks it down. Again, a 2-point game. It's been tight. It's staying tight. It's a good one. A barn burner already on SCSN. Caitlin Hennessy, heavily defended by Preston, handed it off. Russell is being grabbed at as she tries to take it into the paint, and the whistle.
Team score. At the Russell shooting 2.
4-0 run got the Lions out to an early lead, but it didn't last long. Reinhardt went on a 9-2 run, which put them out in front for quite some time. It's really been a 3 or 5 point game, though, for almost 75% of this first period of play, and right now just a 1 point game. It's tied up 15-all. Lions capitalize on the trip to the line, tie us at 15 in Waleska. 41 seconds left in this first period. Reinhardt, 23 seconds on the shot clock. Looks like they're going to go ahead and try and burn a lot of it up, so the Lions don't have a bunch of time to work with. Sanchez Ponce heard me and proves me wrong as she goes inside for the pretty layup. Reinhardt leads by 2. This is Hennessy. Hennessy backing down Preston. Somehow feeds that through traffic. Off the glass, it won't go. Reinhardt, 8 seconds. To the offensive end, 5 seconds. Backdoor pass. Preston for the layup. The putback, it's off the mark, and time will expire on this first period of play from Waleska, Georgia. Unbelievable. A 2-point game after 1 quarter. Doesn't get much more fun than that. We're going to have the second quarter of action and much more after this break on the Southeast Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia, Brown Athletic Center. A close one, a 2-point game between the Eagles of Reinhardt University and the Lions of Bryan College. Thank you for being with us for our simulcast tonight. Be sure to subscribe, hit follow wherever you may be. Gabriel Schrei, appreciate you tuning in, being with us for NAIA Hoops on SCSN. If you weren't with us for the pregame show, you probably got to see it during the first quarter. We got acquainted with Maria Sanchez Ponce. I want you to meet Samantha Russell as well. Nearly 20 points per game already this season, 46% from the floor. She's been really special and going to play a big impact today on this one between the Lions and the Eagles. Reinhardt on the offensive end to start the second quarter. Game fueled by 2 runs, a 4-0 run put the Lions out to an early lead. Eagles responded with a 9-2 run, put them out in front by 3, and they've been in front by 2, 3, 5 for almost the entire game since they went on that 9-2 run. Preston from the straightaway had to pull up. Good decision. Reinhardt University in the lead in Waleska. This is Hennessy. Hennessy dicing it up, trying to beat out Gibson, and a big, big piece of contact.
Teams first.
I like the officiating crew today. They're kind of fun. It makes it so much better when the officials are having fun. You know, everybody kind of is in a flow and everybody's getting along, and you love to see that. Russell bangs that one in. It's a 1-point game. Hennessy misses that second one at the line. 1 point separates these two, 17-16. Reinhardt. That's going to go back to the Lions right away. Hennessy's in a bit of trouble, loses the ball for a moment, picked back up, Lions from near the front of the bench, and the Eagles get the board. That's clutch. This could be more clutch. Sanchez Ponce outside from the straightaway. This one had too much juice on it. Williams just bangs off the back of the iron. Coming up the floor with good pace, Caitlin Hennessy dished it close side to Russell. Russell in a bit of danger. Floated it off to the senior guard, and now the timeout taken by head coach Gabe Johnson. A timeout on the floor. We're going to take a timeout as well. It's college basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia. Great game underway, a close one, a 1-point game. Early stages of the second period between the Lions of Bryan College and the Eagles of Reinhardt University. Thanks for being with us on SCSN. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Thrilled to have you along with us for what's been such a great game so far. And we knew it would be good coming into it, but I don't think anybody could have predicted it was going to be this good of a matchup between these two. Really just there we go. We're back on air. We actually just lost power on the floor. I'm not sure if that has something to do with we just lost power here somehow, so we got it back. I'll take it. I'll take the power any way we can get it. We've got electricity on the floor. Our broadcast stayed on the air. I don't think I've ever had a broadcast lose power and stay on the air. That's pretty wild. There's a first time for everything, and that's a first tonight. Reinhardt University, Bryan College Lions. We've got it all on the Southeast Sports Network. This is Hennessy working with the ball. Gave it off to Molosky. Another quick pass to Russell. Entry pass. This one off the corner and won't go.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Woodruff steps inside the wing. Far side to Williams. Williams pulls up, and this one is off the mark. Battling for it. Hennessy somehow gets that out of traffic. To the far side. Bryan College disrupted in traffic. 17-16, a 1-point game in Waleska, Georgia from the Brown Athletics Center. Reinhardt going to make a change on the floor. As you see right there, checking in is Kiara Simpson, junior from Sewanee, Georgia, out of North Gwinnett High School. 6.8 points per game, 41% from the floor.
You saw 30
We
seconds
got
on
one.
the shot clock?
We have one. 21 just got a foul. There we go.
20 on the shot clock.
Set that.
A little bit of confusion on the floor. 1 point game, 17-16. Hennessy going to inbound.
34.
Hennessy from the arc, drives down inside the arc. Here's a pass back up top. The three is short. Boarded by Sanchez Ponce. Long feed down across to Julia. She handed it off as well. The knockdown jumper from short range by Tara Gibson. Gibson, 11 points per game. The graduate student is hot tonight. 19-16, Reinhardt out in front by 3. And I've said it and I'll say it again. That's the margin we've seen. 2, 3, and 5 points has been the margin since this point in the first quarter. 10 minutes of play. Moloski somehow through traffic loses it. Ball skeeters to a teammate in the corner. Lions from long range. Oh, way behind the arc. She knocks that down for the highlight reel 3. That's wild. Quick pass by Gibson. Shoveled back to the corner. She drives for a moment. Double team. Taken away by the Lions. Bryan College all alone. This is Brooks off the glass, and it goes. What a play. That gives the Lions of Bryan College the 2-point lead. Second lead change of the game. Deep one is off the mark. Brooks gets the board. 6-2 run over the last 3 minutes for Bryan College. That's put them out in front. Long feed to the close side. Brooks from beyond the wing, and it's wide. Boarded by Russell. Hennessy defended by Sanchez Ponce. She's trying to back her down in the mid-post. Moloski on the wing. That rattles all around, and it won't go for her. Lions lose this over the baseline. I believe it may have been last touched by the Eagles of Reinhardt. A couple of changes coming here for both programs. Lions send a trio of players off the floor. Bryan College with the basketball. 5.5 left in this first half. Majors in the midst of a 6-2 run in favor of the Lions. Bryan College to the close side. Brooks. Brooks drives, mid-post, basketball's loose, swatted at. Reinhardt comes away with it in traffic. Nia Moon, the true freshman, dicing her way up the hardwood. Sends the orange to the corner. This one from the low post and the foul. Tara Gibson ran into some trouble. She'll go to the charity stripe, trailing by 2. Tara Gibson, 80% at the line this year. To snap the 6-2 run of the Lions. First one, a big high bounce off the mark. Second one rattles around and won't go either. Can't take advantage of that trip to the line.
She hit the ball out. What happened?
Bryan College will inbound from their own baseline. Lions walking up the floor. This is Majors, the senior guard. Tennessee native. Lots of Tennessee players on this squad for Bryan College, an in-state team mostly. Nia Moon, the true freshman, a rainbow pass up the floor, and it finds its way out of play. Nearly hooked up with Julia Kraft, the senior. And the same is true for the roster of the Reinhardt University Eagles. Lots of in-state players from Georgia. Preston, Blaylock, Keith, Kraft, Woodruff. Townley, Gibson, Williams, Moon, Simpson, and Franklin, all in-state players for Reinhardt University. To the offensive end, Bryan College. Passed outside, left off for Hennessy. She's harassed by the graduate student Gibson. Lots of contact there on the screen. And foul on Reinhardt University. Junior from Sewanee picks up her second. 2-point game, 4.5 left in the first half. The Lions lead, still a 6-2 run dating back for the last 5 minutes. We've been scoreless for about 90 seconds of game time. Bryan College to Hennessy. We've gone cold in Brown Athletic Center. Matches the weather outside. Davis somehow got that back to Hennessy, and her three had too much on it as the shot clock goes. Reinhardt will inbound. Simpson going to put this on the floor to the true freshman Moon. No, she will not. She gets a change. Ty Williams will inbound, the graduate student from Macon. Woodruff sends Kraft off the floor. Here's Nia Moon. Out of Comprehensive High School in Elburn, Georgia. She's been really special so far this year. Lots of fun to watch her play. Williams picks it up. Alyssa Molosky from Lebanon defending her. Gibson drives into the paint. Floater is short. Martinez, a 6'2" sophomore from Cordoba, Spain. Can't get a hold of that. That size is really special at any level. But you look at most Division I rosters, and they only have 1 or 2 players that are 6 foot, 6'2" on the roster. Even the ranked teams don't have that much height. That's a special athlete. She's going to be a big piece for Reinhardt. Hennessy throws out the hip, gets hit with a whistle, and Maria Sanchez-Ponce will take over the ball. Speaking of height, 5'10", very athletic sophomore. She's from Conil de la Frontera, Spain. Came to Reinhardt from Isla Atayala. Drives inside, and her shot is off the mark. Lions come down with it. They hang on to that 2-point lead. It's been about 2.5 minutes of game time without a score. No buckets. All cold here on the hardwood. Turn on the heat. Hennessy. Far side. Lions drive. Trouble again for Hennessy. She runs into a wall trying for the layup with 6 on the shot clock, and Sonia Martinez comes down to the ball. 6'2" sophomore gets the board. Ty Williams the handoff. The true freshman from the straightaway, too much sauce. Taken back by Reinhardt. A lot of contact near the timeline, and it stands. From the corner, 3 is off the mark. Martinez can't run it down as it finds its way off the hardwood. You can see head coach Tony Campbell of the Reinhardt Eagles on the left side of your screen looking out onto the floor. Couple of changes coming. Hennessy walks the orange up to the offensive end. Molosky. Quick pass outside. Brooks, and the shot off the mark as the whistle sounds. It's still a 2-point game. It's been a 2-point game for about 5 minutes, it feels like. Long time without a bucket in Brown Athletic Center. Come to think of it, the scoring total is quite wild, actually. We saw a total of 32 points in the first quarter. We've only seen 8 in the second quarter, and we're nearly finished with it. Lions at the line to extend their lead. They'll add 1. That's Tori Brooks. Junior from Baxter, Tennessee. Came into tonight with 91 points in 5 games. Really an impressive shooter from the floor, and misses her second. 3-point game. Sanchez-Ponce comes down with the ball, flips it over to Kraft. Reinhardt University taking their time. 20 on the shot clock. Back across to that all-efficient sophomore. The drive by the Eagles, backdoor pass, that rims around, won't go. Moloski. Long pass up the floor to Hennessy, less than 2 to play. Here's the deep three. She was a couple of steps behind the arc. That one nearly went. Remains a 3-point game in Waleska. The Lions lead by 3, 22-19. Reinhardt University. Maria over to Julia. Kraft drives, doesn't like the look, back out to the wing. Eagles. From right on the line, she's wide right. The margin remains the same, 3 points, 90 seconds left in the first half. Hennessy being harassed by Maria. Steps around her, what a nifty move. She's got beautiful handles. Farrell didn't like it, gave it off to Russell. She pulls up for a deep, deep three. Ty Williams clatters together with the defender. And somehow Reinhardt comes away with the ball. 2-on-2 chance. Maria Sanchez Ponce fouled down in the low post. Gabe Johnson wants to travel. I don't think he's going to get it, and his players are sending him back to the bench. A couple of changes on the floor. I would say there's a proverbial lid on the basket for Reinhardt University and the Lions, really, at this point. I mean, we've seen 3 points in the last 7 minutes of play. I would say it's proverbial. I think there's a lid on the basket. I think somebody got up there and screwed something on top of the basket. We literally have 10 points scored in the second quarter. We had 32 in the first. And that's between both teams. That's crazy. 40 seconds left in this first half. Hennessy's off the mark from 3. Sanchez Ponce. Here comes the sophomore. Look at that 5'10 frame. Uses the size. Inside, can't get it. Tony Campbell wants a foul. Here come the Lions of Bryan College. Hennessy for 3. She gets it to go. That extends the Lions' lead to 6. 25-19 in Waleska. 18 seconds left in the half. Quick pass, Maria Sanchez Ponce gets it to go. That's an important bucket, and it snaps what would have been a big run to end the first half. Hennessy, 3 seconds. Hennessy, 2 seconds off the bottom of the backboard, and time will expire. I think that's how we're going to end our first half of play in Waleska, Georgia. Exciting action on the Southeast Sports Network. We've had it all. We're going to have the third and fourth quarter, too. Be sure to stay with us for the men's game later on if you want to see that. Lots of fun here. We're enjoying it. Can't wait to see what our third and fourth quarters hold. Some quick analysis. I don't want to get super into it, but really a game fueled by a couple of big runs. So first of all, we had a 12-2 run right there in the second quarter. How many total points did we see? We saw... That's 16 total points compared to the 32 in the first quarter. That's between both teams, remember. And of those 16 points, 12 of them in that second quarter were scored by the Lions of Bryan College. That's why they're so good, year in, year out. They do that so well, and that's what they're going to carry into the halftime break. You can't afford to let a team carry that kind of momentum, those kind of big plays, big moments, and a big score differential into the halftime break. We'll see what Reinhardt can do to cut into that entering the third quarter. I'm sure they'll have some tricks up their sleeve. I'm sure they'll take full advantage of that whiteboard time. We'll see how it pays off for them in quarter 3. Don't go anywhere. College basketball on the Southeast Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
I'm a speaker,
A builder.
I coach,
Culinary arts. Auditor.
A firefighter.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official, just go for it.
Take the plunge. Open the door.
Say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at sayyestoofficiating.com.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments. The only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
Welcome back to the campus of Reinhardt University. We're in the halftime window in Waleska, Georgia, between the Lions of Bryan College and the Eagles of Reinhardt. And it's a close one after 2 quarters of play between these two. Just a 4-point game, 25-21, the Lions of Bryan College in the lead. Eagles hanging around. It really started with the Eagles jumping out to an early lead, and it looked like they might run away with it for a little bit. Our first quarter had 32 combined points between these two teams. Our second quarter had just 16 combined points, so basically half the scoring. Really quite the difference, and very noticeable from here inside of the venue, that's for sure. Fans definitely took notice. People at the scorers table here took notice. Folks in the stands took notice. I took notice. I hope you took notice at home if you were with us for those first 2 quarters of play. It's going to be interesting to see how these next 2 quarters shake out for these two programs. Bryan jumped out to an early run, a 4-0 run in the first minute of play. Reinhardt responded with a 9-2 run. It put them on top by 3, and they stayed on top by 2, 3, 5 points for the entire first quarter. We got into the second quarter, and a 6-2 run put Bryan College out in front. Then we were scoreless for a long time, minutes and minutes and minutes, and Bryan dropped a couple of threes. It ended being a 12-2 run that lasted 7 minutes, and finally Reinhardt snapped it right before the halftime break. That's where our score stands after 2 quarters of play. It's a 2-point game, 25-21 between the Eagles and the Lions. And we're going to have the third quarter in just a moment here on SCSN. Excited to have you along with us for what is sure to be a thrilling second half of play. You see head coach Tony Campbell, Reinhardt University there on your screen, getting warmed up for the second half. Just off your screen, the Lions of Bryan College on the right side down here. They're ready to go. Gabe Johnson. Both programs have had some whiteboard time, some time to think about what went well, what didn't, talk it over, and talk strategy for the second half of play. I'm excited to see what they bring to the floor, that's for sure. Star players here. This is 2 of the best in the conference, 2 of the best in all of college basketball. We're going to have all the action as part of our simulcast. Big thanks to our partners from all around the country for carrying tonight's broadcast. There's too many to mention. Heartland Newsfeed, thank you. 105.3 Power Radio, 96.9 Fresh Air. Of course, Reinhardt Athletics for carrying it on YouTube. And we're ready to go with our third quarter play here on SCSN. As the Eagles and Lions take to the floor, Bryan College will start this third quarter with the basketball and the lead by just 4 points. Lions, quick entry pass, right on the elbow, and in some danger is Farrell. Hennessy looking to back down on the mid-post, past close side, the floater goes. Torrey Brooks. Hot start for Brooks in the third quarter. 6-point game, 27-21. That's what whiteboard time does. Gabe Johnson learned from one of the very best around. Quick response on the 3 by Kraft is off the mark. Johnson coached alongside Brian Lahan, the longtime head coach of the Bryan College Lions. There's a collision here as Hennessy goes down. Preston slow to rise as well. Hopefully they're all right. Change coming for Reinhardt University. Ty Williams onto the floor. Preston coming off after being run into. Those two players came together hard. I'm glad they're all right. 1 minute gone already in this third period. 6-point difference. Only score is Bryan College so far. And the whistle as she takes the shot. Two lead changes today. We haven't seen one in quite some time. Here come the Eagles. Inside, beyond the wing. Two passes. Sanchez Ponce, the drive, and drops it in. A little kiss off the glass. 5-point game. Hennessy dicing it up, tried to float that inside, and she's in danger. Somehow gets some help, and Samantha Russell can't go inside either as this is lost over the baseline. Reinhardt takes back over with the ball. Woodruff walks the orange up the floor. There's two handoffs. Now Kraft. Mid-range floater goes. It's a 2-point game in Waleska. Reinhardt on a 4-0 run here in response to that bucket. Russell. Gave it off to Brooks. She's from mid-range. That's off the side of the backboard. Lions get the board. Deep ball. That one too much on it. Boarded by the Eagles. Woodruff. Woodruff right up the middle. This one swatted away. Tried to take Main Street on that drive. 27-25 in Waleska. Lions of Bryan College leading by just one bucket. Long feed, two ropes. Ty Williams across. In trouble. Gibson loses it for a moment. Graduate student, Rome, Georgia, the 5th year. You can see how calm she really is with the ball. Gives it off. Maria, pass to the corner. This one had too much on it, and good shot either way. Woodruff had to pull up as the shot clock goes. Flowery Branch, Georgia, that is a great city for high school athletics. Their former offensive coordinator, a friend of mine, Aaron Nance, up at East Hamilton High School in Southeast Tennessee, now the head coach of the Hurricanes. Pass inside. Trouble for the Lions of Bryan College, and they get it to go. Alyssa Molosky, the senior from Lebanon. It extends the lead of the Lions to 4. And also snaps a 4-0 run by the Eagles. Sanchez Ponce to the corner. Pulls up and she gets 3. What a tray by Ty Williams. Williams averaging 8.2 per game, 29% from beyond the arc, and she nails that one. It's a 1-point game. Eagles to take the lead. Williams all alone, and it won't go. Off the glass, the Lions get it back.
That's a big deal.
Here's the 3. Eagles of Reinhardt are on a 7-2 run dating back to the first minute of this quarter. We played 4 of our third period. 29-28 Lions of Bryan College out in front by just 1. This is shaping up to be an instant classic. 2 of the best teams in the region in AAC. If you're just joining us on the Southeast Sports Network, the Eagles 6-0 this season. Bryan College Lions 4-1 overall. And it doesn't get better than this. 2 of the very best in Appalachian athletic play to this point. 1 point separating them. That's a deep 3. That's a disrespectfully deep 3. Just couldn't quite get it. That would have been nasty. Here comes Reinhardt. And the floater goes off the glass. Our third lead change of the game puts Reinhardt University back in front by just 1. 30-29 Eagles. Lions looking for this one off the glass and too much contact for the liking of the official there on the baseline. Nevaeh Majors gets the call. Senior guard from Mount Juliet. She's been really efficient. 24 points entering tonight, 40% from the floor. To the charity stripe with a chance to give the Lions the lead back. First one clatters off, won't go. She's scoreless tonight. Would have been her first points. Second one wide as well. She remains scoreless. It's a 1-point game with the Eagles out in front. And Reinhardt is on a 9-2 run. That's what they had to spark their lead in the first quarter, a 9-2 run. Bryan slowly chipped away at it in the second period to take the lead right before the half. We'll see if that story repeats itself in the fourth period. Sanchez Ponce can't get it as she's hit with a call. Maria Sanchez Ponce, 4 for 12 from the floor tonight, 13 rebounds. Let me say that again, 13 rebounds, 8 points. She's got an assist to go with that as well. Following her in scoring for the Eagles with 6 points is Gibson. Lions on the offensive end of the floor. They're led in scoring by Brooks, who's got 8. Right behind her is Moloski with 7. Hennessy's got 6. Lions pull up from three-point land, nothing. Eagles led down the floor by the graduate student Williams. Flipped across to Sanchez Ponce. The true freshman for the tray, and it had too much on it. Big high bounce, now it's loose. Trying to avoid the jump ball, and one! Julia Kraft out of Canton, Georgia gets that to go. Reinhardt extends their lead. 3-point game for the moment, 4:20 left in this third period. So pending this free throw, an 11-2 run for the Eagles. They've got a 3-point lead. They're looking to bolster it. We've seen 3 lead changes tonight. Our most recent just a few minutes ago. Reinhardt hit one from mid-range, gave him the lead by 1 point. Can't make the old-fashioned 3. The 11-2 run still intact for Reinhardt. Autumn Davis and the Lions looking to snap it. Swatted at, ball's loose. Bryan College picks it up. Hennessy, defended by Sanchez Ponce. There's the move. Caitlin Hennessy on the elbow, trying to get dicey with it. Stepping back and forth, twisting. Out to the straightaway, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Moloski, 3 seconds. Ball's loose for a moment as Hennessy drains the deep 3 in the eye of the sophomore. We're tied at 32. Is off the mark, remains a tie game. 3.5 left in this third period, and the ball will go back to Reinhardt. I think somebody just checked in and touched our crowd mic. I think that was. I heard a weird noise, and I was trying to figure out where it came from. Somebody touched the crowd mic on the table here when they checked into the game. And a couple of changes. Majors comes off the floor. On now for the Bryan College Lions, Russell, Farrell, Hennessy, Brooks, and Moloski. The far side, Williams loses this. On right now for the Eagles of Reinhardt University, Woodruff, Martinez. The true freshmen's out there, Nia Moon, Sanchez Ponce, and also helping out is Kiara Simpson. This return back over quickly. Reinhardt moving with pace. Nia Moon Didn't like the pressure. Martinez floats this a two-handed overhead pass to Simpson. Miloski, heavy defense on Williams. Back outside, Moon trying to go around the defender. Quickly fouled by Hennessy. Eagles inbound, Simpson far side, Moon. 3 minutes left in this third period. A tie ball game. Doesn't get more fun than that. Well, maybe it does, as Brooks nearly had to long trip up the floor. Nia Moon working with the orange. She's going to pull up from the straightaway. A big high bounce, and that goes. How about it? .224 left in this third period. I got foiled right there. I thought that was a 3. They're telling me at the table that was a 2. That's the longest 2.
It's a yellow line for the women.
That's wild. We do got to get you a headset.
They need to put a white line there instead of yellow.
I got Mr. Bell, one of the best public address announcers in the Southeast here alongside me, as Martinez gets the putback. 36-34, Reinhardt lead by 2. And he pointed out that they called that a 2 because she was standing on the three-point line for the men, not for the women. I'd have never caught that. So we're tied at 36. Hennessy for the old-fashioned 3. She's got a shoe problem here. Kraft checks in for Reinhardt, coming off the floor right here in front of us. That's Ty Williams. .144 left in the third period. That rattles and goes for Hennessy. She gets all 3. 1 point game. That's our 4th lead change. Lions in front. Nia Moon pulls up. Going to put the Eagles back out in front. Battle for the ball in the low post. Tony Campbell wants the ball. They're going to give it to the Lions of Bryan College. This is Hennessy, defended by Moon. Turns on the afterburners. Here's a pass outside to Farrell. Lions working it around, the intercept by Martinez. She comes down with it, given off to Woodruff. Woodruff has some room from the elbow, the mid-range J won't drop. Hennessy, 60 seconds left in this third period, 1 point game in Waleska, Georgia. Long pass to the close side, Miloski. Hennessy for 3 from the wing, it pops out on her. And this one finds its way over the baseline. Reinhardt will travel back to the offensive end. A quick look at our leading scorers for the Eagles today so far. 8 points for Sanchez Ponce, 6 for Kraft and Gibson, and 5 for Nia Moon. They're followed by Preston with 4. An instant classic, an absolute barn burner in the Brown Athletics Center. A 1 point game, closing in on the 4th. She misses, Lions come down with it. Hennessy, shot clock is off, 25 seconds. Far side, she pulls up from the wing, wide open, she can't get it. Lions come out with the ball. Miloski back to Hennessy. Way back on the front court. Another 3 from the wing, this one too much. Sanchez Ponce comes down with it, and as she's tied up, Reinhardt's Eagles take a timeout. Timeout on the floor. in a really close game in Waleska, Georgia. We appreciate you tuning in. We're not going to take a break. We'll keep it right here on the Southeast Sports Network for what has just been a fantastic evening of basketball already. I can't believe we still have a whole quarter left to play. It's like this is our holiday gift right here. Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for this game. It's been a great game. Just so much fun. 1-point game. Lions, Eagles. We went over the leading scorers for Reinhardt University to this point. Let's take a quick look at who's leading the Lions. Bryan College, Caitlin Hennessy has been pouring it in. She's got 12 points, followed by Brooks with 8. Molosky with 7, and Samantha Russell with 6 points. As you can see, the Eagles make their way back onto the floor, and we're ready to go for the remaining couple of seconds in this third period. Lions with the ball, 7.3 seconds. Hennessy floated to Molosky. That's the deepest three. Didn't get it. 3 seconds. 2. Sanchez Ponce pulls up, tried to make something happen, and got to respect the hustle. She can't get it to drop. Nothing doing there. We've got 1 quarter left to play. Fourth quarter coming up in just a moment. We'll take a break. It's college basketball. One quarter left to play in what has become an instant classic from the campus of Reinhardt University in Waleska, Georgia. 37-36. And right now the Lions are in front by just 1 against the Eagles of Reinhardt University. Thanks for being with us for our simulcast tonight, wherever you're tuned in. Gabriel Schrei here. Southeast Sports Network, Schrei Media, presenting college basketball on the campus of Reinhardt. It's the Lions and the Eagles. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Thank you for tuning in. Taken away, Reinhardt University. Lots of room. Bringing it up the floor herself, and with a little kiss off the glass, Gibson from Rome, Georgia, puts Reinhardt back in front by just 1. That's our 5th lead change. Lions can't respond. Sanchez Ponce dished it off. Woodruff to the close side, mid-range. Jay, that goes off the glass for Gibson. 2 in a row for her, a 4-0 run for the Eagles of Reinhardt. Little volleyball serve on the inbound. 60 seconds gone, 4 points for Reinhardt. Uh-oh, they could have 6. This is Woodruff. Close side, Sanchez Ponce through traffic gets it to go. And there's the Eagles of Reinhardt University celebrating. A timeout on the floor taken by the Lions as they're just looking to stop the bleeding here in what Reinhardt is kind of running away with in the early stages of this fourth quarter. All of a sudden, it's a 5-point game. Production for the Eagles of Reinhardt University. Thanks for being with us here in Waleska for great college basketball action. I want to be sure to remind you to follow along with us. You can find the Eagles on social media at RU Eagles. You can find us at SESN Sports. Find us on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. We'll be there and we'll be live with great local sports from the southeastern United States. We've got it all. Well, it'll be interesting to see what these coaches do with this whiteboard time. Obviously, we're getting really late in this one, and the time to make changes is kind of winding down, coming to an end. There's not a lot of adjustments that can be made in these late stages. Reinhardt going to be looking to push this lead. They're on a 6-0 run just 1 minute and 9 seconds into this final quarter. Lions will inbound. Trailing by 5. Bryan College. Hassled and the whistle. Ashley Woodruff gets hit with that. Samantha Russell will inbound. Long floater to Moloski. Sanchez Ponce defends her, and it's stripped away by Gibson, the jump ball. Preston got a hold of it, fighting with Moloski for the ball. She gets the jump, and so Reinhardt takes back over. Nearly 90 seconds gone in this fourth period, and already it's a scoring explosion for the Eagles. We got a full timeout. Why don't we take a break with them? They're going to take a break. We'll take a break. More college basketball in just a moment on the Southeast Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. College basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. Reinhardt with the ball. Leading by 5 to extend that. That one from downtown Chattanooga, man. That's up the highway. Couldn't get it. Bryan College Lions will inbound. Samantha Russell to Hennessy, and Hennessy flips it back to her. Close side, Moloski on the wing, and that's short for her. Found its way over the baseline. Remains a 5-point game, nearly 2 minutes gone in this final period. Wanted to pull up. Gibson instead gives it off. Woodruff steps around the defender. Heavily harassed by Brooks. Close side. Julia Kraft knocks it down. It's a 7-point game. 7.5 left to play. Reinhardt gets the ball right back. And the Eagles definitely have momentum right now. They're in the midst of an 8-0 run to open this final quarter. Had a shot clock problem. Clock operator's in big trouble with the official right here.
No trouble, no trouble. Put the ball right there. Good job.
Checks in at the table. We had a problem with our game clock and our shot clock. It's all fixed up now. 44-37, Reinhardt out in front. Preston drives. I thought she was going to pull up. Gave it off to Kraft. Kraft trying to create some space from the low post. Won't go. Regathered. Gibson. Oh, what a move. Banging around down amongst the branches. She somehow finds the bottom of the twine. 46-37, a 10-0 run for Reinhardt University. Lions wide open. That snaps the run. They needed that. Eagles. Gibson looked like she wanted to come up from the straightaway. The floater off the glass, nothing doing. Regathered by the Lions. Close side, Brooks through traffic. Little breakaway for Majors. Bryan College dicing this all around. Hennessy from a step behind the wing, won't drop it in. 10-2 run for Reinhardt. They're trying to come up the floor. Sanchez Ponce pushing the tempo. She gets it to go. Reinhardt outscoring the Lions by 10 so far in this final quarter. A 12-2 run. 48-39. And everybody's all fired up out on the floor We got all of press row laughing here as Tony Campbell had. Everybody's having a good time on the campus of Reinhardt tonight in Waleska, Georgia, from the Brown Athletics Center. Quick change here as Kiara Simpson heads onto the floor. Kraft checks out as you saw her give Coach Campbell a high five. Hennessy from the charity stripe. That bangs off, won't go. An 11-point game to cut it to 10. She'll take a second. She gets the second. Reinhardt outscoring the Lions by almost their lead exactly. 9 points in this final quarter. It's 48-40. 6 minutes left to play. Kraft is in a bit of trouble. That's a long three, and Simpson gets it from downtown Atlanta, Georgia. Oh my goodness, that's from another zip code. You have to be kidding me. Kiara Simpson, junior from Suwanee, Georgia, out of North Gwinnett High School, gets the deep three. There's the response by Miloski, and that's clutch. Timeout on the floor as well, and a good time to take one, that's for sure. A full timeout on the floor, a 51-42 game. All action, all action, all action in this final quarter. Still a 9-point game. So the margin that Reinhardt has outscored them by is just about their lead, just a 1-point difference from scoring in the margin. 5:39 left to play in such a close one. Can't get more action-packed than that. 15-5. That was a clutch response on the offensive end by the Lions. They just need to do something to claw their way back into this. Bryan College down, but definitely not out of it. They're known for their deep three shooting. They're so efficient from beyond the arc. That's what I would look for the Lions to go to here in this final quarter. What can they do to get a couple of threes? And who will they look to? If anyone, I would say that we'll see Samantha Russell try something. She's 34% from beyond the arc, 20 points per game already this season. We'll see what she can make happen as the Lions make their way back onto the floor. Southeast Sports Network, college basketball, Eagles and Lions. Reinhardt University, Bryan College on the road. We're in Brown Athletics Center in Waleska, Georgia. Preston, oh, what a fake pump, taken away by Hennessy. Pulled right out of her hands. Caitlin Hennessy being harassed by Preston. Kept it away, that's a deep three. That's a deep three! Wow, Brooks hits that from the next county over. And that really breaks up what's been a great scoring run for Reinhardt University. The Lions putting themselves back in it. It's a 6-point game. Simpson, who hit a deep three a moment ago, to Sanchez Ponce. She drives mid-post, that goes off the glass. Extends the lead of the Eagles just a little bit. Nothing doing for the Lions. They make it a 5-point game again. 53-48, Bryan trailing by a small margin. Maria picks it back up to Simpson. Kiara wants three. That one floats left on her. Lions come down to the basketball. This is Tori Brooks, junior from Baxter, Tennessee. She has been very efficient this evening. Down low, Brooks, bang down on her. Second chance, it goes off the glass. And a timeout taken on the floor by the head coach of the Reinhardt Eagles. Tony Campbell will take a timeout as well. College basketball and more of it coming in just a moment. It's a 3-point game on the Southeast Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. 4 minutes left to play in a 3-point game from Waleska. Welcome back to Brown Athletics Center. Gabriel Schrei here, Southeast Sports Network. Kraft drives. Oh, the floater goes. Airmail. It's a 5-point game. Reinhardt out in front by a slim margin. I'll try to give you a couple of key numbers here. We only have a couple of minutes left. Swatted at. Lions nearly had it. Sanchez Ponce can't regather it on the sideline as it finds its way off the hardwood. Couple of key stats real quick. 34% from the floor tonight with 50 points, Bryan College. 42% Reinhardt Eagles. So if it's from the floor, Reinhardt's got the edge. But if this comes down to trips to the line, Reinhardt tonight 1 of 6 at the charity stripe. The Lions are 8 of 13. That could be a big factor. Reinhardt working for it, and the foul. Hennessy still down on the timeline. She's up and appears to be all right. She's going to get a change. Going over to see Gabe Johnson, head to the bench. Coming in for her is Nevaeh Majors, the senior guard from Mount Juliet. Leading scorers for the Lions tonight, Brooks with 16. Hennessy had 13. She's out of the game for now. Kraft keeping it alive, the senior. 2 passes along the arc. Maria to the far side. Preston drives, jab step, back outside. Woodruff. To the corner. Reinhardt University. Preston wants 3. That rattles around and jumps out to Brooks. Mentioned a moment ago, Torrey Brooks, 6 for 12 from the floor, 16 points, 6 rebounds. A machine. That's Russell. To Molosky, she goes back across. Brooks directing the offense, the scoring leader for all players tonight on the floor. Bryan College working it all around. That's a deep 3, it's short. Wanted the deep 3, couldn't get it to go. 2.5 left to play in a 5-point game. Reinhardt Eagles leading the Lions of Bryan College on their home hardwood. We'll see if this is a crucial trip up the floor for the Lions. They need to keep Reinhardt from getting a bucket here. Majors comes out to greet Preston. Preston's been efficient tonight. Back across, Gibson. Gibson working with it. Turning on the back, she gets it off the glass. Tara Gibson, the graduate student, hits the hokey pokey, turns it all around and gets it to go off the glass. Quick response, floater from Russell. Loose in the paint, Reinhardt with it. And as you can hear, public address announcer, less than 2 to play, 57-50. Reinhardt out in front by 7. Eagles leading scorers, Sanchez Ponce and Gibson both have 14. Behind them, Kraft with 10. Preston and Moon both with 4. That goes, and with 90 seconds left to play, not a lot of time to respond. Here comes Bryan College. Timeout taken on the floor. I lied. I was foiled. I thought that was a timeout. I believed them. .92 seconds left to play. There's a foul. It's a personal right near the center of the floor. Hennessy knifing her way down inside. Floated to the close side along the sideline. 3 is short. Regathered by the Lions. 80 seconds. They need a miracle, and they might have got the first part of it. Preston collides with Hennessy. Caitlin Hennessy has been a really special basketball player for a really long time for Bryan College. Senior guard from Athens, Tennessee, has been a consistent scorer for years up in the mountains of Tennessee. We're nestled in the foothills of the Smokies here in Waleska. Hennessy hands it off. Here's the drive. She's got a lane and gets it off the glass. Automatic. 59-52. Reinhardt out in front by 7. They need to maintain it. 1 minute left to play as Majors comes right after Gibson and grabs a hold of her. That's Woodruff checking in for Reinhardt.
Can Ashley make this pass?
Yeah, I have a cut.
Can Aaron make this pass?
Gibson from the baseline. And head coach of the Eagles, Tony Campbell, takes a timeout. We're going to take a timeout with him. Doesn't get closer than this. 7-point game, 57 seconds left to play. Reinhardt leading 59-52. We'll be back. More college basketball in a moment on the Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia. We're in the Brown Athletics Center. And just a few moments left to play between these two. 57 seconds showing on the clock in a 7-point game, 59-52. Reinhardt University leads in their home gym, the Lions of Bryan College. Going to do everything they can to disrupt the win by the Eagles. I knew it would be a good game tonight, but this is awesome. This is an instant classic. SESN classics for sure. Sanchez Ponce in a bit of trouble on the close side, harassed by Nevaeh Majors. Problem with the shot clock getting sorted out right in front of us here. Quick inbound to Preston, fouled immediately by Majors.
35.
Long ball to Preston, fouled again by Majors. We've seen the Lions of Bryan College pull off a couple of runs already. They need a 7-0 run to force overtime. Fouled immediately by Milosky. Julie Kraft, senior from Canton, can't get away with the ball. That's another longtime contributor for this program anyhow. Milosky has been really special, senior from Lebanon. She's fun to watch play. Kraft gets her first. So the Eagles, that was the point I mentioned a few moments ago. They were 16% from the line, 1 of 6. Now they're 2 of 7. And she hits both, so they rise to 3 of 8 from the charity stripe tonight. It's 61-52. Lions got to hit a 3 right away. They're going for the layup.
She fouls and makes a basket. That's crazy.
They'll force her to earn the points. Katie Farrell, the sophomore, goes to the charity stripe. First trip to the line for her tonight. She's 2 of 6 from the floor for 4 points. First one goes. It's an 8-point game. Second one off the mark. Reinhardt had a 9-2 run way back in the first period, and then a 12-2 run in the third period, and that's what fueled their lead. And they've been able to hang on to that. They've nursed it, they've believed in it, they've built on it. They've hung on to that lead and kept it growing like a plant in your spare room. You just got to go water it, make sure it gets enough sunlight. And they've got enough water for that plant. They've kept that lead alive. This one rattles out. Bryan College Lions, 40 seconds to work with. 9-point game. Lions on the arc, wanted trade. That's a deep three. Oh! A NORAD project. Are you kidding me? Torrey Brooks hit that from the next county over. That's a circus three. So we got a timeout down on the floor. 32.2 on the clock. Close game in the very late stages in Waleska, Georgia, between the Lions of Bryan College, the Eagles of Reinhardt University. 61-56. Should be 62-56. It's 62-56 between Bryan and Reinhardt as you see the Eagles are back onto the floor. 32 seconds left to play. What a great game. Only one team can walk away with a win. Who will it be? Both men's teams are standing by, the Lions and the Eagles, ready to go at it. We'll have the second game as well here on the Southeast Sports Network. So wherever you're tuned in now, you can watch that game on that same platform or app. I believe a couple of our partners are dumping us, but if you're watching it, you'll be able to watch it. You might not be able to hear it on the radio if you're listening to it. First one rims around and goes. Sanchez, Ponce.
10 seconds to shoot it. Take your time.
Second one off the mark. Lions trailing by 7. Long ball. This one rattles and goes. Kissed off the front of the iron. 24 seconds. It's a 5-point game. 63-58. Katie Farrell with a play, the sophomore forward from Smithville. That's a great catch. Runs up the floor, knifes her way down inside. And sort of contested. Able to get that to go. Cuts the lead of Reinhardt to just 5, but the first will go for Kraft, so it's back to a 6-point game. (65-58). Lions trailing by 7. Close side. Wants 3. Deep ball. She got it. Wow. Samantha Russell. Circus 3 makes it a 4-point game. This is Reinhardt and the foul. Kraft will go back to the charity stripe. Big thanks to David Finney, who's keeping stats, sports information director, down on the floor for this next part. Kraft is 4 of 5 from the stripe tonight, 14 points, as she misses her second of the night. Now 4 of 6. That's the announcer's curse in action. Second one will go. 5-point game, 66-61. Lions need a couple of deep buckets. 3 seconds. Lofted close side. It sails on her. So with 2 seconds left, Reinhardt University's Eagles will take back over with the basketball, leading by 5. Inbounds to Kraft, and the clock will expire. That'll do it. Reinhardt University picks up the victory at home in Brown Athletic Center, and you can see the handshake line for these two. What a great game today between these two programs. Can't describe how exciting it was to have you here with us courtside. Sanchez Ponce finishes with 17 points, Kraft with 15, Gibson with 15, Preston and Moon with 4 for the Eagles. For the Lions, 21 for Brooks, 13 for Hennessy, 11 for Russell, 9 for Moloski, and 7 for Farrell. That's a great, great first game in our broadcast series tonight on the Southeast Sports Network. We'll be back with Game 2. You can watch it on the platform or app where you're watching now. Be sure to stay with us. For Reinhardt University's Eagles, the Lions of Bryan College, our entire crew, I'm Gabriel Schrei saying so long from Waleska, where the Final score, an Eagles victory, 66-61. This has been college basketball. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live in our copyright material. Today's game will be archived inside of the app or platform where you watched it and available for replay. This has been a presentation of the Southeast Sports Network.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments. The only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.